Hello everyone. I would like to show you the very simple way how to knit simple brioche with two colors. All you need to know is how to knit and purl. There are no yarn overs in this pattern and it's gonna look exactly the same. What you need is circular needles or double pointed needles. You need to know how to knit and purl, cast on, cast off. So very simple, anyone can do it. What I did here, I've casted 10 stitches and I've knitted 2 rows of rib stitch, purl and knit, just normal. Now I'm gonna start with my brioche. So this is the only rule that you need to know. The color that is facing you, in this case will be my black, will have knit under and purl, knit under and purl. So that is always a rule for the main color. Okay, the secondary color will be purl as under. Okay, so just it will be so I always slip my first stitch. So because this is my main color, black, which is gonna be black on this side, I'm gonna knit below the black and just normal purl, knit below and purl, knit below, purl, knit below, knit. So the last stitch you just knit or purl depending how it's coming to you. You don't need to do below. Now I'm gonna slide it at the back, take my other color, okay. So because this is on this face, my secondary color, I'm gonna purl below and just knit. So just gonna purl the first stitch. So my first stitch that it's coming is knit, so I'm just gonna knit it. Next one is purl, because this is secondary, I'm gonna purl below. So purl below, knit, purl below, knit, purl below, knit. So purl, you would normally knit, you would normally purl here. You just go one under, okay? So just go one under, not through here, but below, okay? So this side is gonna have dominant black. Now we are turning. So the easy bit with this is that you always know which color to use next. So if I have my orange on my needle, that means that I'm gonna use black. If I had the black here, that means that I would use the orange. So I have orange here, which means that I use black. How do I know if I'm doing purl or if I'm purling under or knitting under with the black? Is very simple. My dominant on this side is going to be orange, which means black is going to be purl. So the first, I'm purling it here because that's how it's laying for me. So I'm gonna purl under, which means I just knit normally and then I purl under, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, purl under, and knit last stitch. Okay, so now we are sliding back and we need to get with our orange. How do we know that we're using orange? Not just because it's on this side of the work, but because we see on a needle we have black stitches, which means the next one we are using is, now this side is dominant orange, which means that knitting will be under. Okay, so we're gonna, because this one is laying purple, I'm gonna knit the first. I usually slip first stitches always, but because I'm using two colors it makes sense to knit the first one. Okay, so we are knitting below with orange, knit below and just purl, knit below, purl, knit below, purl, knit below, purl, and knit. Okay, so that's our first 4 that we are going to repeat forever and ever. So this is my dominant on this side, orange, and black is on this side. So the way I sort of think about it is that what we all like to do, we like to knit. Okay, so the color that is dominant on that side is always knitted under. Okay, so here, what is dominant? Black. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna knit black under and purl orange. What is here? My orange is a dominant, which means when I'm on that side, I'm gonna knit orange under and purl the rest. And the same thing when I'm on this side, the color that is not dominant is going to be purled. That's the only thing that you need to remember. Dominant color is always knitted and not dominant is purled. That's all there is to it. We'll just go once more. So what am I gonna do here? So I have black, which is dominant, and I have orange that is on my needle, which means I'm going to knit with black. Because black is dominant, I'm gonna knit under in this row. I'm struggling with my disc. Okay, so the first stitch here is knit, and because I'm on a dominant black side, I'm gonna knit under, and I'm just gonna purl, knit under and purl, knit under, purl, knit under, purl, and just knit. So the last stitch is always whatever is coming, you don't need to go under. I'm sliding back, and what am I doing with orange? So we have the orange here. What we're gonna do, because it's not dominant, we are purling under. So we are just gonna purl the first stitch because that's how it's sitting. We knit the first one and we are purling under. Knit, purl under, knit, oops, purl under, knit, purl under, and just knit. Okay, once when we have both of our yarns on one side, we are turning. So now we are on a orange dominant and we are knitting with black. So if black is not dominant, we are purling under. So I'm just gonna purl the first stitch. So because it's not dominant, we are knitting, we are just knitting normally, and we are purling under. last one, and slide back. What are we doing? We are going orange, because orange is our dominant side here. We're gonna knit under in this row, so knit under, purl, knit under, purl, knit under, purl, knit under, purl. Now I'm knitting continental style, so I'm taking stitches maybe in a different way than you would, but that doesn't matter. You can throw your stitches or hold them, hold them in a different hand, or do whatever you do. It's a principle that matters. So this is your brioche, black on one side, orange on the other side, which looks exactly the same as if you were doing the loops and the yarn overs and whatnot. So the only thing is to remember is that on the dominant side you're knitting under knits and purling but the one that is not dominant. That is all that you need to know.